Alright, so I don't know if you guys can recognize that, but those are baby platies. Well, obviously you can't recognize the breed of fish, but you can definitely recognize that these are fry, baby fish. Now, I'll show you in a second what the tank looks like that their parents are in. And the way that I bred these guys is by putting them on the regular temperature. I didn't do anything special besides just put some fresh water in, and it kind of mimicked a fresh rainfall. There's another one right there. And there's some more down there. So they had quite a bit of babies. The rest of them are in the main tank, but the main tank also has a lot of cover for the babies to survive in. I'm not really too concerned about preserving all the babies in particular, because it wasn't really my plan to breed them, and my tank's pretty packed anyways. So whichever ones survive, they survive and they do their thing. But this is just an example of what they look like as little fry. Okay. There's the platy that gave the babies. And the male's somewhere in there. But yeah, this is the little habitat that I got. Just so you guys can see. It's a little coliseum in the middle. A bunch of different kinds of mosses. And usually this tank is actually in cooler water. But in order to get them to breed, I just basically turn them to the temperature they're used to being at. And just put in some water. Right there's the male that made the babies. So yeah, when I say cold water, meaning I don't turn on that heater. And then to make them have babies, all I did was put some fresh water in and turned on the heater to close to what they're used to being at. That's all. That's all I did. And right there I also cover up the filter, so when they do have the babies don't get sucked into the filter. Sometimes the weak ones may get stuck onto it, but then they kind of wiggle off. And whichever ones are not doing very good, they kind of go to the top of the tank and they just get eaten. But the ones that do survive are the ones that take shelter in that moss and in that whole area down there, and survive everything down there. So you see it's pretty fair cover. And this tank is also shared by red cherry shrimp and a little algae eater that usually likes to come out at night. Yeah, so that's just an example on how I bred these platies. What the community tank that they're going to go into eventually looks like, and the methods that I used, and what the babies here look like. So I don't want to move the water too much, but just going to give it a couple taps so you guys can see that they are alive and that they are in there. Let me see if I can zoom in a little closer. So yeah, it's always amazing to see how they grow up, what they look like when they grow up, and you know, feeding them and getting them there. But yeah, it's a pretty natural process if your babies get eaten by their fish. So I'm not a fish breeder, so I'm just letting nature take its course. They have babies. Whichever one survives. Sometimes I pull some out just so that I can put them in different tanks or investigate them or just kind of enjoy them. But no, it's not my plan on breeding these fish or doing anything in particular with the babies besides just, you know, letting them do what they do as fish as naturally as they can in this enclosed environment. But as you can see by the tank, I do provide a lot of cover and a lot of moss. So anyways, just thought I'll show you guys that, if you guys never seen what baby platies look like. Anyways, till next time, you guys take care and goodbye.